It's strange, isn't it? The conversation might have lasted 10 minutes, but somehow, you've been carrying it for 3 days. Maybe it happened at work. Maybe it was with someone you care about. Maybe nothing particularly dramatic even happened. But later, when everything got quiet, your mind went back. Why did they say it like that? Did I say too much? Should I have answered differently? Did they misunderstand me? And then you start having the conversation again. Only this time, you're playing both parts. You change what you said. You imagine what they might have meant. You come up with the perfect response hours after you needed it. And eventually, you aren't even thinking about the conversation anymore. You're thinking about yourself. Why can't I just let this go? If that's where your mind has been lately, stay here with me for a little while. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think your mind is looking for something. And maybe if we understand what it's looking for, you won't have to keep carrying that conversation quite so tightly. You see, your mind doesn't like unfinished things, especially when those things involve other people. If someone sounded disappointed, your mind wants to know why. If someone misunderstood you, your mind wants to correct it. If you said something you regret, your mind wants another chance, so it takes you back, again, and again, and again. Almost as if somewhere inside you, there's a belief that says, if I think about this long enough, eventually I'll find the version that makes everything okay. Maybe I'll understand what they meant. Maybe I'll figure out what I should have said. Maybe I'll finally know whether they're upset with me. Maybe I'll find the moment where everything went wrong. And then I can fix it. But there's something difficult about this that I think you already know. You can't fix a conversation by replaying it. You can learn from it. You can apologize if you need to. You can speak differently next time. But you cannot climb back inside yesterday and rearrange the words. And I wonder how much of your exhaustion has come from trying. There's a Stoic idea that has helped me think about moments like this. Not everything that affects us belongs to us. Your words belong to you. Your intentions belong to you. What you choose to do next belongs to you. But someone else's interpretation, their reaction, what they think about you tonight, those things were never completely yours to control, and yet, sometimes we carry them as though they were. Maybe that's what you've been doing. Maybe the conversation isn't actually what's exhausting you. Maybe it's everything you've been trying to control after the conversation ended. Their opinion, their interpretation, their feelings. The outcome? The version of you that exists in their mind. That's a lot for one person to carry. No wonder you're tired. So can we try something together? Think about the conversation that's been following you around. You don't have to replay it. Just notice it. Now ask yourself one question. Is there anything I can still do about this? If you owe someone an apology, you can give one. If something needs to be clarified, you can clarify it. If there's a lesson here, you can take it with you. Those things belong to you. But if there's nothing left to do, then maybe what your mind needs isn't another replay. Maybe it needs permission to stop searching. You can quietly tell yourself, I've taken what I can learn from this. The rest isn't mine to carry. And when the conversation returns later, because it probably will, you don't have to fight it. You don't have to be angry with yourself for thinking about it again. Just notice it. There you are. You're trying to solve this again, and then gently come back to today. That's strength too. Not forcing your mind into silence. Just refusing to follow it back into a room you've already left. And there's something else I hope you'll remember. One awkward conversation doesn't define you. One sentence you wish you'd said differently doesn't define you. One person's misunderstanding doesn't define you. You are allowed to have imperfect conversations. You're allowed to walk away without knowing exactly what someone thought of you. You're allowed to realize later that you could have handled something differently without putting yourself on trial for the next 3 days. Maybe you weren't perfect. None of us are. Take the lesson if there is one. Make something right if it needs making right. And then let the conversation end. Because sometimes peace isn't finally finding the perfect answer. Sometimes peace is realizing you don't need another answer. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. I know life doesn't suddenly become easy when this conversation ends, but I hope you're leaving with one less thing on your shoulders than when you arrived. And maybe today, that one thing is a conversation you were never meant to carry this long. Whenever your mind starts feeling heavy again, come back. We'll sit together for a little while. Until then, take care of yourself